Greetings from Trinidad. I am here in Port of Spain at a very interesting foodie type area. We are in the Queens Park, Savannah with none other than Foodie Tales with Zaak. You might recognize him from Mark Wien's channel. He was Mark's tour guide. He does all kinds of incredible tours, so I'll put the link. Make sure to check him out down below. And it's nice to get toured around with the real local right here in Port of Spain.
Yeah. What's up? So we had the Queen's Park Savannah. We're going to check out a multitude of different things. You know, corn soup is a must. We have different sauce like chicken foot sauce, pig foot sauce, cow heel sauce. So we're going to have him try it out, see the different flavors that you get. We're also going to get some roast fish from Kekes in a bit. So he's going to try that famous Kekes roast fish. Some fresh juices by my brethren over there. We all know the guy on the Savannah who sells the fresh juices. So we're gonna have an interesting day. We try not to eat too much. Don't want to stuff you up too much, but we're definitely gonna get some food in this evening.
Shout out to Mark. I see the Travel for Food shirt.
Yeah. Shout out to Mark. Thanks for the t-shirts. So this guy has a variety of different fresh juices. Sorrel, lime, orange. I mean, he can tell you more of what he has, but all freshly made. You could have a mix, a combination. You could ask him, he recommend some nice combinations for you. So whatever fruits you like, he could make a nice fruit punch out of it for you.
Cool.
Very refreshing, good for this kind of heat that we have going on today.
Right on.
John Washington.
John Washington, nice to meet you. I'm Matthew.
To meet you too.
So I've heard a lot of these fruits. I know soursop, tamarind, passion, governor plum. I don't know barbadine though. You got a good mix with barbadine?
I have a nice mix with barbadine, but that's sold already.
Okay.
A while ago. I can do a nice mix with hog plum for you and soursop.
Hog plum, yeah, it sounds good.
Excellent blend.
Yeah.
You sample that one. That's open this here for me, please.
So hog's plum's like the little yellow one that you see a lot around here.
You know, biscuit, a bit acid on the citrus side, a different citrus, some orange.
All right.
This is your hog plum here. I would like you to sample this first.
Wow. Hog plum, I've seen the fruit while we were on a hike at a waterfall just the other day. Zaak, you like this one too? Tangy, okay, I like tangy. Oh yeah, that's good. That's bomb. It almost has a little orange passion-y fruit kick on the end, but yeah, that's very unique. That's different to what I've had before. I guess it does kind of take plum-like if I think about it, but it's a different type of plum. It's a whole different plum. Now I've seen a lot of these fruits on the ground, like people, they just grow so much.
It have a lot. It have, I guess Tobago you'll get more.
Okay,
yeah,
even
Tobago
more.
is the land hog plum.
Nice. Yeah, that's great. I like that.
Here as well.
Oh yeah. Soursop.
Yeah.
Also known as guanabana. Oh man, soursop. Now I know every fruit has like a thing they say it's good for.
Yeah, that is an antibiotic.
Yeah,
that's excellent.
And they say soursop's like a cancer killer. I know they can't say it officially,
sure.
but they do say that.
That is the fruit itself, the leaves. Yeah, excellent.
All right, so I've had plenty of soursop in my life, but I've never had it mixed with a hog plum, that's for sure. And I know it's gonna be nice and smooth and creamy and cancer kicking, as they say. Yeah, soursop's an interesting one because it's kind of milky, has a real thickness about it. And to get it on this like nice ice mixed with any other type of juice is like your full-on juice bar with all these different variety of fruits that you would find here right in Trinidad and Tobago.
I leave the mystery up to him.
You got a favorite here, or you just mix it up every time?
I like passion fruits.
Yeah.
Passion is nice.
Try the soursop first. Hog plum in here. Wow.
Hog plum kick.
Let's mix it in. This is starch mango.
Hog plum, soursop, and starch mango. So you know we have a few varieties of mango in Trinidad. Starch, Julie, box and spice. We have about 14 or 15. Don't quote me, it can be more.
Nice.
Different types of mango. But starch mango is it's just like that. It's a little more starchy, but it's very very sweet. It's a very very sweet mango. A lot of sugar in that mango, but in this combination, it works real nice with the soursop.
What's the mango with the best name here?
I have 3 best mangoes here. The Julie mango,
Yeah.
starch, and cutlass mango.
All right. The one I like in Jamaica that's so funny, they call it the grandma pussy mango.
Grandma.
Yeah. After a cat, but still. So is corn soup like the most common soup that you'd see around, would you say?
It's a comfort food. It's a Trinidad comfort food. So like after we party or fete, as we say in Trinidad, corn soup and doubles are 2 of the items that is the most popular. You would find out outside of the parties and stuff like that. You get burgers and stuff too, yes, but corn soup is one of the Trinidad staples that you have as a street food item because it's very nourishing and it's filling. There's dumplings, there's corn, there's maybe get some carrots, and there's in a thickish kind of broth. So it's very filling, especially if you had a few beers or you had some drinks. It's kind of give you a nice sober up before you head back home and that kind of thing. So on an evening like Friday evening like tonight, people come out here for the corn soup, the sauce. There's a guy selling phelourie over there. There's some more people. So you have different vendors selling pretty much the same thing. But everybody have their favorite vendor who they might frequent.
Yeah, this is a lot more options than I thought. There's a ton of options.
Yeah, that's what I say. It's like the main food strip for Port of Spain. And then there are some other spots that like brick and mortar, so like foundation, concrete structures.
Yeah.
But here is like the main food strip for street food kind of thing.
Yeah. Nice.
St. James actually has a lot of street food. The street food scene, I would say, would have maybe initiated in St. James because that was the stall what they used to do a lot more the cooking. Even right now, like a lot of vendors, they still selling ice cream and doubles and on the side. It has most of it. They still have a big street food scene in St. James.
Sweet. So carrots, corn, chana, dumplings too. And that's a small? Okay. Small's pretty big.
Alright, so the yellow one in front would be pepper, the green is shadow benny, and the white garlic.
Oh, shadow benny?
Shadow Benny.
All right.
Yours up.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we gotta do a little shadow benny in there.
And some pepper.
Yeah, I'll do a little pepper, slight pepper. Nice. How do you do your corn soup usually?
Slight pepper, same way.
Yeah, same way?
Yeah.
Alright.
That's a little touch of everything.
Zaak's recommended this corn soup. We'll put a link there down below. This is a small. So if you're hungry, there's a lot more options than this. Now, I was expecting half the size as a small, but still very happy to have this. This is my first corn soup in Trinidad. Slight pepper. We went with the slight pepper rather than hardcore right away. Gotta mix it up too. I was feeling a lot of that right away. So it looks like, yeah, potatoes, carrots, maybe sweet potato. Nice with the shadow benny on there. That's a very Trinidad flavor. Just a nice savory, heartwarming soup to warm up the palate. Now let's try the corn here. I'm from Canada, so we're kind of corn snobs. We have really sweet, gentle, juicy corn, and I know in these warmer countries it tends to be a little tougher, a little chewier, but it's still good. I'm learning to actually love this kind of corn that's not so crack sugar style. So I actually don't mind this nice chewy corn. They cut up the entire pieces rather than shucking it right off the cob itself. So real nice, I'm sure it's gonna be. Ooh. That's actually pretty sweet and juicy. That's more than I was expecting. The ones I usually get in Jamaica, they're a little tougher, a little chewier. So this is actually quite a more comparable to the corn that I would get in Canada, but really, really nice spices and herbs. I probably could have even done more than the slight pepper. After being here a little bit, my belly and my pepper power has been raising gradually as time goes on, even after a few days here. So I'm feeling confident with my pepper handling skills. That is a delicious warm-up just to get get the party started here. You can see how many options there are around. It's pretty wild. All right, the name says it all. We're at the Souse House. All the different souse.
Yes, we do.
This is my first souse I've ever tried in my life.
First souse experience?
Yes.
Nice, man. I like this stuff you make.
Okay, good to know. And I'm a flexitarian, so I can eat anything.
Well, I like that.
Flexitarian is my motto.
Yeah,
Green
right
fig
in
is
front
like
of my name.
banana, yeah.
Ashaki.
Ashaki. Nice to meet
Yes,
you.
thanks to you.
Now I'm recommended that the Cow Heel Souse is
Yes,
one
you
of the
want to
favorites.
taste piece first, or you feel like you just want to dive in?
I'm just gonna dive in and go for it. I'm not picky, so
It's very
okay.
gooey, gelatinous, sticky,
Got
but
it.
it's cooked down and she'll tell you how it's
Yeah.
And it smells like shuttle benny, right?
Yes, it is.
What else does it have on it?
Celery,
Ah,
cucumbers, pepper, salt, lime.
okay.
Well, and the cow heel.
Don't forget the cow heel.
You have no right.
Yeah.
Would you like any sauce in it?
How do you normally have it? You
Yeah,
put
a little bit of sauce.
Yeah, a little bit of sauce is good. Yeah.
That's when you take cow heel a little bit.
Do you use a fork or a spoon on this one?
your finger.
Fingers.
Yeah, you can just hold it with your hand and it can.
All right, so shadow benny again, cucumber on the top. I'm gonna start here, and it's a kind of a pickled one, Zach.
Yes.
Now, I don't even know how to tackle it. This is intense. It is very gelatinous. But look at the serving. It's like flying out of the top of the cup. They load you up. I feel a bit of a bony part in my hand. This is my first pickled sauce. It's really interesting taste. To me, it doesn't taste so much pickled, but you can get a little bit of that vinegar, tasting a little bit of lime on it. The saltiness, the shadow benny is a nice touch. It has that kind of cilantro vibe, but a different type of cilantro. And yeah, I guess the cow heel here, there's certainly hard parts of it, so watch out. Well, you're only going for the gelatinous part, I'm guessing. But it's a nice chewy texture. I appreciate places like this, if you're gonna eat meat, not to waste anything. So it's nice to see that this part of the animal does get used and not just get tossed out, because when it's done up in this way, it's actually very, very tasty. So I'm actually kind of surprised that I like that as much as I do. So here's another piece. You can really see the bone and that cow heel on there. So let's get a big old bite. Yeah. I'm surprised how much I enjoy that. It's like a cow heel gummy bear. It's gummy and chewy, and it's interesting also because it's not a hot one. You eat this one kind of cool, or like room temperature, I guess, Zach? Yeah. Yeah, it's very interesting to have it as a chilled form. That's pretty damn good. I don't know. I'm actually really surprised. And do all places give you such a heavy laden cup as well?
Usually, yeah, usually.
Yeah, I'm really surprised on this one.
That's a small size. So
It's so slippery, I can barely even pick this piece up.
That's what I tell you, you have to use your hand. Right?
Yeah, you have to.
Fork, no spoon is gonna work.
No chopsticks on this one. Okay, one more gummy bite before we move on to the next one. I'll save this one for later. Oh no! Just as I was saying, it's so slippery. Okay, that one's for the dogs. I hate wasting, but I'm sure a dog will get that. Wow, Shadow Benny is magical.
I know, huh?
It's so good. Now I'm very confused when I came to Trinidad and people start talking about figs. And I'm going, wait a minute, I don't know that as a fig.
Yeah, so the Canadian fig is the round one with the seeds.
Yeah.
So this is the Caribbean fig, green fig. So it's unripened banana. It's very small. We use it on a lot of our like we eat it with callaloo and ground provisions like sweet potato and dasheen and stuff. But here they make a sauce out of it. So it's a vegan / vegetarian version of sauce. So everybody can try. So Miguel here whipped up this fig sauce. flavor like so it's soaked all the way through the fig.
Yeah.
Like the figures absorb.
Nice.
You can dip in and try a piece with your finger.
All right, I'll try a piece of fig here. We might call it green banana, but it's boiled up, and here it's called fig. So, in the same sauce, shadow benny. Oh my God! The fig just sucks up all that flavor, all that pickledness, shadow benny vibes. Nice option if you're a vegetarian, and nice option if you're squeamish and maybe don't want to eat cow heel. But I highly recommend the cow heel, but that is also a really, really nice, tasty touch. Pescatarian. Oh, you got shrimp in there too?
So yeah, for the pescatarians, there's shrimp sauce.
Is there anything you can't souse?
No.
No.
You want to try shrimp?
Yeah, I'll try shrimp. Wow. All right, shrimp sauce. It almost reminds me of a ceviche, but I know that it is cooked one, so it's not exactly like ceviche, but the fact that you eat it kind of cool, that sort of lemony, citrusy, zesty type flavor, that's beautiful. No. Can you tell me about phelouries?
So it's a fried dough ball. It's they use the split peas powder in it, and they put turmeric as well, turmeric powder, and it's fried. It's not really fermented, but it's formed into a very thick dough, and then they drop it in the fry over there. So it's deep fried, and then it's so basically you burst it apart and you dip it in the chutney, and you eat it as a snack. It's like a nice street snack.
Is there more of a dessert thing, or
no? It's savory. It's very savory.
Savory one.
So the chutney is a savory chutney made with primarily the tamarind one will be made with jeera or cumin, and then the other one is a grated mango chutney where they grate the mango and they cook it with like shadow benny and stuff like that. Well, it's not cooked actually. That's a raw one. They grate the mango and they mix it with like shadow benny and salt and vinegar and hot peppers. And
The box, the sauce comes over it one time. The bag, the sauce comes separate.
You magically get them all the same size.
Yes, I do.
How do you do that?
I think it's just talent.
Okay. I was gonna say, like, how do you get them all so almost exactly the same? What's a bad habit?
Any chewy things of your choice in the pie. So like how we have our cheese, beef, chicken, jeera, pork, shrimp, you can choose any chewy.
Okay, that's the bad habit. So that's tamarind there. So
Yes,
that's
tamarind
a
sauce.
sweeter one, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
And this is pomsite chutney.
Oh, pomsite. Okay, interesting. So pomsite, that one I know in JA as June plum. And I think they even call it something else in Grenada. And now I'm blanking on what it is. And it's funny because Grenada's just this way, not even too far away. But all these different names, it's hard keeping track of them, but I love June plum. Kind of yellowy green with a very spiky, rooty seed type thing on the inside, and they make amazing juice out of it. So kind of more tart usually, not as sweet unless it's super ripe. So it's gonna be quite an interesting sauce. All right, Phelourie. Not a bad habit Phelourie, just a regular Phelourie. Oh, it's steaming, dude.
steaming hot.
Be careful.
The nice little sweetness from it. So.
Yeah. And is the pomsite, is that one more of the, it's not as sweet usually, it's a little more tangy.
Yeah.
Tangy, right? Yeah.
Well, it has a nice little fruitiness to it.
Okay. Steamin' Phelourie. Where does that name come from? What language is Phelourie, you think? It's a Hindi one, okay. It's such a mashup of cultures here. All the interesting names that you see from all the different parts of the world. And woo. Whoa. Doughy, chewy, savory. You do get the nice sweetness from the tamarind. And the pomsite, it's a really nice touch. It's actually a little softer than I thought, but very the inside. It almost looks like a matzo ball. really, no, thank you. But damn, that's actually really good. I'm tasting garlic. Am I crazy? Is there garlic in there too? The chutney does have some garlic. Okay.
Just stick it on and squeeze it.
Yeah.
Soak up some of the sauce. Right.
All right. So I got a really saucy one here, dripping, steaming. I'm really enjoying these. Never heard of this one before at all. If you're Canadian, it's like a doughy Timbit with sauce and chewier. Yeah, man, that's a good one.
It's good, huh?
Yeah, I'm into it. I'll have to get one more.
Yeah, fix up.
Oh.
You gotta push it on the sauce and let it soak up some of the sauce.
Gotta get the sauce.
Like a sponge. Think of a sponge. You squeeze it to the sauce.
All right.
And let it like soak up some of it.
There we go.
Yeah.
Proper. Highly recommended. Thick sauce. And don't forget your Bad Habit footlong pie, which you can also get here.
Well done, Frenchman.
Busy night.
Yes, it is. You eat okras?
Okra, nice. Garlic.
Nope, that's a secret sauce.
Okay. I won't share it then. Seal.
Well sealed.
Now the awesome part about Kekes right here is that there's a video of when Mark Wiens visited with Zaak playing right now as we hang out.
Yeah.
Do they play this video 24/7 now?
I believe so. I think it's one of the top videos that they have running there. There's a couple other people who came through as well, so they cycle the videos, but I think Mark's video was one that really catapulted her to a lot of fame. You see the line here.
Yeah.
It's because from the time she's open to close, there's always a long line here. So it's and you see the process. It's fresh fish that is caught every day. She makes her own seasoning. She was a professional chef by trade, and then she started this business. As I told you earlier, she started it in a tent with a plastic folding table, and now here today, and 1 years later, she has an actual food truck, the full-on grill and everything, and the consistency, flavors, everything has been the same. There's the escovitch, which is the you would be familiar with that. So definitely try some of that on the fish. The fish is amazing. She does a fantastic job at it. Cooked to perfection. Different sides like mashed potato and grilled veggies, and she does like a garlic butter on the grilled veggies. So the veggies has flavor, the fish has flavor. Everything is just a flavor bomb if you really think about it. So you'll definitely enjoy it. Definitely
And the escovitch is very much like similar to the Jamaican style.
Yeah, pretty much the pimentos. Yeah, correct. Yeah, so very, very similar. Very, very almost the same thing. You might probably be able to tell the difference, but it's excellent. She's really good at it. Excellent.
Well, nothing wasted on there. All the sauce from the steam up in the foil gets poured right back onto the fish, and then they use a real lime cut up half and squeezed all over that freshly cooked fish. So you can see how nice the real ingredients are. They put the kind of escovitch sauce on it on the end, a little bit of fresh veggies, cucumbers, tomatoes. I'm getting excited. All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Oh, it's heavy.
This
This is legit. That is bigger than I thought. That's like some serious weight,
Yeah.
some value.
Value for your money.
All right, respect.
Thank you.
Thank you. Woo, thank you very much.
You're welcome, love it.
Take
Thank
care. Oh my goodness, look at that. Boom. Pimento berries. Kingfish.
Kingfish, yeah. Or king mackerel.
King mackerel. They're just looking real nice. This light's a bit harsh, but look at that seasoning on there, just coated. All the oils, the fresh lime on top. Nice little salad. Look at those big pimento berries. Those are huge. Just full-on pimento berry escovitch, and it's like swimming in the sauce. Do the honors.
Let's take a little piece of fish.
Oh, it looks like a steak. Yeah.
Some good fish.
You said this is one of those ones you just want to keep eating, you can't stop.
Yeah. When you mash it, because the mashed potato has all that fish seasoning in it, so it's like it's a very well seasoned mashed potato. And you get all the shadow benny and stuff.
I didn't even see the mashed potato in there. Oh man, I'm going with the sauce and the mash. Whoa! I kind of understand why the line was there now. Slight hit of citrus, so juicy. The potatoes just take up all that sauce. Man, that is absolutely delicious. You know when there's a lineup and people are willing to line up for an hour that they gotta have something good, it's not just hype. So I think it is worth the hype. Damn dude, that is prime. Now we got okra, which can be slimy and not always that nice, so I'm very curious to see. There's some scallions on it. Something about that real lime to squeeze on everything right at the end as a final touch is just killer. Okra and fish together at last. Perfectly meaty. I mean, the word that keeps coming to my head is citrusy, but it's just so nice and so light and so complementary to the savoriness of the fish, the garlic, the scallion. I did not even know there was a mashed potato under there.
It's just as good as the first time I had it. Excellent, excellent. As I say, that sauce does all the work in there. Nice, with like wrong my mouth burning me right now because of that extra fish. Woo. But it adds such a nice level of heat to the dish itself that I have no more words. It's just time to eat now.
And we don't have good lighting, so the fish may not look as beautiful as it could be. We're kind of outside here. We got a little light there.
In a beauty situation.
Yeah, it does look prettier than I'm showing.
One of those in a beauty situations, but trust me when I tell you that it is. Yeah. The lines says it all. Yeah. It's fantastic.
We're back for round 2 refresher.
Yeah, so we wrap it up with our next cup of juice. We have lime, grapefruit, and passion fruit. Just to cap off the evening. It's been a long, hot evening. We had some roast fish, we had phelourie, we had corn soup, we had sauce. So we had quite a variety of items. So we're just cooling down now. We're going to take a little stroll out, and then we're going to head on to the avenue to have a few and just check out the scenes on the avenue this evening.
This is some seriously next level food. Definitely shout out to Zaak. You have to check him out on Instagram and TikTok. I'll do the link below. A true guide. It's amazing to see the work that he's done. He really picks out these unique, underknown places, and they become kind of well-known and famous, and it's nice to see these businesses improve, partially because of Zaak helping give them the shine. So it's really nice to see that change in real life from social media to something actually tangible in the real world. I was really surprised tonight with some things that I wanted to try purely as an experiment and actually really, really liked. So if you're out there, maybe try some things on the menu that are questionable, or maybe you don't think that you're into that, because you might actually surprise yourself. And especially when you're in a new country, the new flavors, the new seasonings, the new way it's cooked can really give things a different flavor than you could have ever imagined. I can't believe I'm like a Cow Heel Souse head now. I'm so into that. So thanks so much for watching this video here in Trinidad, Port of Spain. Again, make sure you check Foodie Tales with Zaak, all linked below. If you want to do a tour of them, the link is right there. So bless up. More from Trinidad coming soon.